It's a pretty frigid December day in our nation's capital. We got our space heaters on full blast up in the booth at FedEx Field. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Commanders. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And CD, you look at Washington coming into play here. They think they can run the football in this one, but there's a group on the other sideline that thinks otherwise.
Yeah, it's always intriguing when you pit an offense against a defense. This seems like they can cancel each other out. We've got a top 5 rushing offense against a top 5 defense. So a lot of times it comes down to execution and maybe a little bit of that what coaches call want to.
22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And we are underway from FedEx Field. Fielded right around the 8. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. Stewart steps away. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. But, Charles, as we've covered, they've already clinched their spot in the postseason, so now they just want to avoid adding any additional names to this list before the postseason begins.
Terrific observation because trying to move up a spot, I don't know if it's worth it if you're trying to play guys who aren't quite right. Get them healthy, get ready for the playoffs, make your move then.
5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially to play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
In his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
On the out route, this is Adams with a catch. Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Ross, off play action. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Ross. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington 16. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs. Well, this is what you want to see from your rookie quarterback on an opening drive, Charles. He looks cool, he looks calm, he looks collected in marching them down the field.
And, Brandon, I just think the game continues to change and evolve because we're calling these guys rookies. But, you know, they've thrown the football so much at a younger level now, way more so than what we saw when guys came into the league when you and I came through.
And also just the way, in particular to him, Charles, how he handles himself in meetings, just so professional, mature. Looks like he's been in the league 5 years.
Yeah, he cares about the game. He cares about his performance, and it's showing.
Well, the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Back to throw. Ross. Forced out to his left. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. I like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you.
Out comes the Washington offense as we get a look at the playoff race in the NFC. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. A quick 1st down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. Off play action. Stewart. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. 8 yards to go on 2nd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. To throw on 3rd down, Stewart. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Washington going to send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Jones on the return. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. 2nd drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Looking deep for Adams. He's got a man, complete. A big play here for Dallas. 42 yards. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
Well, one way or the other, you knew they'd have to push the ball downfield on 3rd and long, but I'm not sure the defense was expecting to push it that far downfield. Their math didn't add up, but it certainly did for the offense.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Cowboys are on the board first here this afternoon. We saw so much of this last year at the college level, but there you go. His first rushing touchdown as an NFL quarterback.
And with the speed he has, we certainly know it won't be his last, because that's something that aided him very well, as you mentioned, at the college level. It's something he's going to carry over, and they'll make it a big part of their offense.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. From the 6. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Washington ready to try again on offense. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Throwing to start the drive. Stewart. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stewart. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team, because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Stewart. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Pass interference. Defense.
So the PI decline, and that'll give them a fresh set of downs.
And when you scout tight ends, one thing you want to know, just how strong they are. And we saw it in evidence there. He was able to fight through all the contact and still secure the football.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Stewart. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 23. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Yeah, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
Right back to him on first down. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain.
Back to throw. Stewart. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Commanders are an extra point away from drawing level. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Extra point attempt to come here. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From the 10. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Dallas offense set for this next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one. And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. And nice chunky yardage picked up there.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Ross. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. The Cowboys at 11-2 now. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They'll run on first down. Milner. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw. Ross. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now Ross on 3rd down. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Up the middle they go. Milner. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
Well, there was a trust factor in that call. Turning and handing it to the big man in the backfield, trying to pick up the 1st down. But how about the defense? They were ready for him, and they were able to stop him.
To throw is Ross. Throwing on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down. And will go the other way with the football. They try to throw on 4th and goal from the 2. And Washington is able to come up with a goal line stand.
No surprise. They try to throw the ball on 4th down, but it gets batted down. They don't pick it up.
Well, a little football 101. When you're going toward that quarterback, you see he's going to start to throw. Get your hands up,
right?
Get
your hands up, affect the play, and then everyone get your hands up. When the ball gets to the receiver, moment of truth, knock it away.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Washington on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Stewart. Finding his safety. And it's a fumble. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Following the fumble recovery, Ross. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. This will go as an 11-yard loss there on 1st and goal. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Operating from the gun, Ross. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. From 21 yards away. And the Cowboys have moved out in front. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 14-7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive. Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And some space here. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 68 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Now that's how you start to get back in the good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him, giving him the ball again, and he repaid them, picking up a first down.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. To throw on second down. Stewart. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to have a Commanders first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Stewart. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. Second and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is 1 play from stalling out.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Washington going to send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Here's Ross on 1st and 10. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam coming out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Ross now looking to throw on 2nd down. And his throw is incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Back to throw again. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
The Commanders back out late in this first half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Over the middle, it's complete. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stewart. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. On 1st down, Stewart. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And it's the Saints who are out in front as that inches closer to halftime. The Saints trying to gut this one out as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, we move to Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City to see what's going on with the Chiefs. And they've got the lead over the visiting Denver Broncos. Patrick Mahomes looking good. 2 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting Jaguars. The Bills trying to hold on and claim victory. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cowboys. And they've had some success on the ground. And with the lead going into the second half, they'll no doubt be looking to keep it going. Meanwhile, for Washington, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. This one taken just inside the 10. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. To throw on third down, Ross. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Adams. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
On first down, Milner. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Second down, here's an option right. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. Not a lot of success to be found there.
Well, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Adams. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to make it fourth down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. First possession of the second half now for Washington. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. 73 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you got to have a few men in the box there.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Stewart. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Dallas offense set for this next drive. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. They'll run on first down. Milner, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. On 2nd down now. Milner, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Ross to throw on 3rd down. It's caught here by Adams. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Now Ross on first down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. To throw is Ross. To throw on 2nd down. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
Got the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on third down.
Delay of game, offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still third down.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. And his kick is indeed good, and that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it. So they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides will be thrilled with that.
Here comes the Commanders' offense back onto the field. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead. But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, Stewart. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and it'll be a third and about 13. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 32. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
Washington going to send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. From the gun on 3rd down, Ross. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Milner, and he will have a Cowboys 1st down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 3rd down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expecting to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you're running on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is, at the 6-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Throwing on first down. Stewart. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
On first down, Stewart. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. On second down, they'll try and run the counter. And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple. And this offense on third down today, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This time it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Stewart. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll get a few yards here to the 34. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Stewart. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. On third down, Stewart. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
If they're able to come back to tie or win this game, I think this is a play that we're going to look back on as the game changer. It really changed the tone of what the opposition wanted to do when they're trying to run some time off the clock and add to its lead late in this contest.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Back to throw. Ross. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback because that was awfully close.
And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be taken down at about the 45. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Stewart looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Stewart. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a 2nd and just a few inches left. So it's Commanders football as we get back to it. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. He's going to let this one go deep. On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. And the Cowboys have just about sewn up this football game. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Milner, and he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And they take a knee. 2nd and 11 now. Up the middle they go. Milner. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Dallas, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Washington, the loss might knock them out of playoff contention as they drop to 6-8. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles.